Hey friends, how are you all doing? I wasn't feeling well an hour ago, but I'm feeling better now. I wanted to get outside to get the vitamin D. So, I'm doing good right now. Feeling much better. So, on Instagram, I did a little question box and asked for questions so that I could do a Q&A. Well, I only got 4, which is not enough to do a Q&A. So if y'all have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I'm open to any questions about anything. It can be personal, it can be about myotonic dystrophy, anything. Whatever y'all want to know. But one of the questions was, what is your favorite memory? And that is a long question because I cannot think of just one favorite memory. So I figured today I would at least start telling y'all some of my favorite memories, because it might get too long to do it all in one video. So, first one I'll tell y'all, it's not my favorite, but I just want to tell y'all, when I was little, I was like 2 or 3 at the time, I wanted to be just like my dad. So, we lived in Bartlett at the time, in Bartlett, Tennessee. I don't know how big our house was. I don't remember a lot because I was only 2 or 3. We left that house when I was 3. I loved that house though because it had a pool. So I wanted to be just like my dad. He left something out on the counter and I took it across my chin. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it was his razor. Yeah. Cut my chin right there. It's a little scar from it. Learned my lesson. So, that's one of my earliest memories. It wasn't necessarily a good one, but I decided to share it anyways. Another favorite memory of mine, I guess this is my first favorite, is with my grandfather in Florida. He had a sailboat, and that sailboat always scared me because it would rock back and forth, and I would get so scared that it was going to tip over. So he eventually sold it, but he still had this mini sailboat. He called it the Sunfish, and that one, it didn't have a steering wheel. It had the tiller and the rudder, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, you'll have to look it up. But he taught me how to sail that little sailboat, and that was fun. He lived like right on the ocean at that point. Not like at the beach, but like where he lived, it like opened up to the ocean. It was really cool. He doesn't live there anymore, but so he taught me how to sail that, and I really enjoyed spending that time with him and getting to learn how to do that. I never went out by myself. I was a little too scared to do that, but I was able to go out with him, and we took my cousin with us one time. And I don't think I have a picture. I know on my mom's old phone before she got an iPhone, she had a picture. Yeah, but I don't know where that would be. So, that's a good memory. Another memory is my grandmother that just recently died. There was a period of time where I couldn't go and see her because my lungs were so weak. But once I was finally able to go back and see her, I really cherished that time with her, just because I hadn't seen her in so long. And I mean, she was just 45 minutes away. So she taught me how to arm knit, and I arm knit a lot now. I arm knit scarves. I haven't done anything more than scarves. Apparently you can use the same technique and make a blanket, but I haven't wanted to sit in one sitting so long to do that. So I'll insert a picture here of a scarf I've made. So she taught me how to do that, and recently we went to pick out the things of hers that we wanted, and my aunt put together a whole box of her yarn for me to have, which I was very thankful for, because I haven't been able to get out and go to the store to buy yarn, and I'm very particular about the yarn I use. So there was one time my mom and I went to Hobby Lobby. It was like right after my grandmother taught me how to arm knit, and they had this whole stack of yarn that was on clearance. We bought at least half of the stack because it was like $1 a roll or whatever. So my grandmother did tell me at one point that Joann's fabric store is a good place to go get yarn, and they have one, I think. I'm trying to figure out if that's considered Germantown or Memphis. I'm gonna say it's Memphis where that is, and they recently, I think, opened another one in Germantown. So at some point I want to go to that store and browse around and look at yarn. Anytime I go to Hobby Lobby, I have to go look at yarn and see if they have some on clearance or on sale. The kind that I like to use. I did think about creating an Etsy account and just having scarves, but then I never ended up doing it. And maybe if that's something y'all want, I will do it. Y'all just have to let me know. Okay. Another memory. My grandmother, who had myotonic dystrophy, I think she liked Rummy more than Phase 10, but I loved Phase 10, so we would always play it. It was a lot of fun. She and I would team up against my grandfather. We wouldn't play on a team, but we would always give the skips to him. Somehow she would end up winning, but I always loved playing games with her. My grandfather, last time he was here in Memphis, which has been before COVID, I guess it was a year ago about, because it was for Thanksgiving. He taught me how to play Mexican Train. I love Mexican Train. It was a lot of fun to play that. So, my grandfather, my mom's dad, my dad's dad is still alive, but my mom's dad died when I was just 2. So, I don't really remember him. I wish I had some memories to share with y'all about him, but I just don't remember. I have a couple pictures, but I don't remember him. Now I'm going to share with y'all one of my favorite memories from high school. It's a really good memory. It actually made me cry a little bit. I don't know if it'll make me cry now. So, I was in 11th grade. I had been in the hospital in September. My grandmother had died in October. And I go to school. It's my birthday. I get there and a classmate offers to carry my backpack up the stairs because I couldn't carry it because of my back surgery and I was just so weak. I had a rolling one that I just pushed around or pulled around. And so my friend offered to take it up. And my mom said, "Do you want to just wait down here?" Because we had an assembly that day. And she said, "Do you just want to wait down here so you don't have to go up the stairs twice?" And I was like, "That's a good idea, sure." So I waited downstairs. Mom had to take some stuff upstairs because she was staying at school with me all day because at that time the school did not have a nurse. And we just never knew when I was going to be in pain or anything. I'm going to pause it right here so I can take my jacket off. I'm getting hot. So I stayed downstairs, waited for my mom, and then we went ahead and went to the assembly, even though it wasn't quite time, and she had told the teacher I was here so he wouldn't count me as absent that day. And we went to the assembly. I was rushed to get back upstairs and my mom was like, "Hold on, Abby's texting me. I've got to respond to her." So I was like, "Come on, we have got to get upstairs. I don't want to miss the announcements." Because they did announcements every day. And they announced whose birthday it was and I wanted to hear it because I had never heard it before. They did it first thing. And I was like, "We have got to get upstairs." So we finally went upstairs. We went into one of the offices upstairs to listen to the announcements. And then after we heard the announcements, my mom was like, "Oh, Hannah, they put your backpack in the physics room." And I wasn't taking physics, so I couldn't. That's actually my neighbor, but I didn't realize it because of the sun. So I had to go into the room and get it out, and I was like, "I'll just slip in and come right back out." So I walk into the room and I hear, "Surprise! Happy birthday, Hannah." They threw me, my class threw me a surprise birthday party during school hours. They got permission to do that. They got me a crown and a wand. They made a pyramid of donuts. And they made smoothies, had ice cream, fruit. And they had gifts. Probably my most treasured gift that they gave me was everyone wrote a verse down on an index card and wrote a note to me. And it was nice to have a verse that meant so much to them that they pass on to me. And every time I go to the hospital, I try to remember to take that with me. So I usually have a chance to grab a thing or two. And I actually wrote a copy of each verse down and put them on my bulletin board in my room. So that is one of my absolute favorite memories. It was a really special day. That's all the memories I have time for today, but I'll do a part 2 so y'all can hear some more memories of mine. But those are just a few of my favorites that I started thinking of when the person asked, what are some of your favorite memories? So I will pick back up next time with part 2. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Questions for Q&A or anything, any other comments, leave them below. And if you aren't subscribed, please hit that red subscribe button and hit the bell next to it so that you never miss a video. And I think that's all. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys. As I was reading my devotion tonight, I found a great encouragement of the day that I wanted to share with y'all. It is from the same book that I've been reading, What Your Heart Needs for the Hard Days by Holly Girth. We will go through difficulties in this life. We will face challenges. We will have questions that don't get answered until heaven. But we can know that even in all that, God wants us to thrive. He delights in seeing us enjoy our lives. He wants what's best for us. What kind of father would he be if he didn't? This also means it's okay to take care of yourself when you're going through something rough. Make a list of what refills you and make time for it. Take a walk outside, watch a movie that makes you laugh out loud. Have coffee and a treat with a friend. Those are gifts from the good and gracious God who knows it's hard to be in this world.